साइकिल के अगले पैडल मारने से पहले आई रिक्वेस्ट सीए गर्जना राठौर टू एस्कॉर्ट लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल पूजा नाटियाल मैम.
Good afternoon, ladies and few men. So, first question to all of you, and we are going to start excitometer so as to check that nobody has slept and so as to introduce our speaker to the audience. So, how is the Josh? Expectometer, like the excitometer. Okay. जोश में हाई चाहिएगा क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम में ही वी वांट 110 टू रीच प्लीज. ओके. जिस जिंदगी को तूने फिक्र में जिया, जिस जिंदगी को तूने फिक्र में जिया, उस जिंदगी को इन्होंने फक्र से जिया. अंतर बस इतना था कि तू जिया वेतन के लिए और वो जी वतन के लिए. So, can we have excitometer now? Okay. Seva parmo dharma. Service is a prime duty. From borders, wars, mountains, to the cyber world, handling national army training to cross-national trainings, crossing boundaries, moving from software development to regulating security affairs, and being part of National Security Council. She has claimed all uncharted paths and is an inspiration for all of us. So, we have with us someone who has taken uncharted paths, who has moved from army, who has taken up adventure along with army. Army में वैसे ही काफ़ी adventure हैं, but ma'am has taken mountaineering along with army, so taken adventure along with army and then moved on to governance. Now, may I invite our Women Forum Committee member, Ms. Archana Shah, for the floral welcome and memento presentation to Lieutenant Colonel Pooja Nautiyal. अर्चना जी, देखिए आर्मी की बात हो और हम नहीं चेक करें एक्सपेक्टोमीटर, ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता. सो शैल वी स्टार्ट अगेन? ओके. सो हाउ इज द जोश? नहीं, हाई है ही नहीं, फिर मैम विल नॉट कम ना. सो हाउ इज द जोश? Still not there. One more time. Yeah. How is just Josh? चलो ठीक है, चला लेते हैं. Okay. May I request AV team to show the video of ma'am?
Lieutenant Colonel Pooja Nautiyal, a passionate, dynamic, and result-oriented ex-Army officer with 24 years of unique experience, good understanding, and conceptual clarity in the fields of operations, leadership, and team management. She has been a part of Make in India initiatives in the telecom and IT sector at national and army level, and is presently serving in the National Security Council Secretariat. Lieutenant Colonel Pooja has also been an instructor at the prestigious National Defence Academy and Military College of Telecommunication and Engineering. She has gained expertise in handling large-sized, cross-cultural and cross-functional teams, and thus skillful at liaison and building effective relationships within and across organizational boundaries, like representing India at United Nations and in bilateral dialogue with Israel National Cyber Directorate. Let's put our hands together for Lieutenant Colonel Pooja Nautiyal, who believes in being part of a solution.
Can we have the presentation, please? So good evening, ladies and a few gentlemen. I am Lieutenant Colonel Pooja Nautiyal, and I'm so delighted and happy to be present here in front of people who have no idea what Army is all about. Is there anybody with Army background or, okay, very nice, three, four of you. As a Army brat, or you yourself is in the Army? Army brat, okay. Things are very different. Even I'm an Army brat, so things are very different when you join and when you enjoy the perks of being a child of an Army officer. So my journey started in the year 2000 when I got commissioned into the Indian Army. I got into the academy that is known as Officers Training Academy in the year 1999 after finishing my master's in electronics. And after the rigorous training in the OTA that's there in Chennai, I got commissioned into the Army in the year 2000. To be very precise, 4th March 2000. So before I take on my journey, I would just like to give a gen on how, women in the Indian Armed Forces looked like from the yesteryears, from the British era. If you see in the year 1818, in the British Army, they introduced women as nurses. They were introduced as nurses. And in 39, Subhash Chandra Bose, our very own Subhash Chandra Bose, he also made one regiment by the name of Rani of Jhansi Regiment. So, and they were totally involved in the combat. And I'm talking about the year 1943. Mind you, that time ladies were involved in fighting. And these ladies were actively involved in the war which was held in Burma by the Japanese during World War II. But after that, once the independence came and women were not given that kind of importance because it was assumed that it's an all men world and women will only be introduced if there's a scarcity of men. In 1958, in the Army Medical Corps, women were introduced. And in 1992, the induction of women as short service officers in other arms took place. So from here, the journey of the women actually started in the Indian Army. It was a very tough journey because there were only, in a year, there were about 10 to 15 women who used to get inducted. And the postings which were given, as you all must be aware, that Army, generally they operate in fields and then sometimes they come to peace and then again go to field. But being women, they never used to send these women officers to the field stations. They always used to be in peace stations and in the sheltered appointments. And, the job security, there was no security in the sense it was only for 5 years. 5 years is nothing. I mean, it just go in a jiffy. After 5 years, there was no permanent commission for the women in the Indian Army or for that matter, armed forces, including Air Force and Navy. Women kept on fighting. Apart from doing their job in the office. They lodged a case there in Supreme Court, and in the year 2020, they won the case, and from 2020 onwards, all the women officers are now permanent commissioned in the Indian Army. That's a very positive step. And I salute those ladies who had actually filed the case, and it was not difficult to win the case, against the complete government. So it was the case between the women, a few handful of women officers, and the government. So it was a very difficult task for all of us, but we could do it, and we won the case. And post that, in 2022, then we started inducting women officers in National Defense Academy. So you would be aware that National Defense Academy starts after class 12th, and the cadets are trained there in Pune. And now you will find that cute little girls, after doing their class 12th, they are getting inducted by clearing a UPSC exam and a very tough 5 days SSB. They clear the exam and SSB, and then they get inducted into the National Defense Academy for a training for good about 4 years. It's a rigorous training. And after that, they become commissioned officers in the Indian Army. And also, we have moved ahead. Why I'm showing this slide, that we have also come a long way in the armed forces from British era to the year 2024. Now you will find women as Jawans also in the army. So the acceptability of women is increasing. This shows a kind of increase in the acceptability of women in a hardcore men world. So as we talk about myself now, I got commissioned in the year 2000, and post my commissioning, I was posted to Tezpur. Tezpur, if you people are aware that it's there in Assam, it's a hardcore CI ops area, counter-insurgency area. So I was telling one of our friends in the morning also that, the moment I reached that place, I was the only woman present in the complete cantonment. There was not even a single lady other than me. So at the age of 21, I was totally, whom should I talk to? I have to portray that I'm very strong in front of all the men. So many things and so many, ideas used to come to my mind that. And in the year 2000, there was no connectivity as far as mobiles are concerned. So I used to go to one place, ring up my mom once in a while, once in a week, and used to tell her that, yes, I am okay. My parents, my father is from army, of course, and my father, when I was a young child, my father always used to tell me, never join army. Don't join army. Army is not for girls. So, and he wanted me to become a, professor or a lecturer, do some good studies and all. But I said, no, Papa, I will join army. My great-grandfather is also from the British Army, so I wanted to take that legacy on. Yeah. So here, I would like to tell, since morning we have been hearing a lot about, people, the speakers who are niche in their profession. Niche in management, niche in marketing, niche as a coach, life coach, and all that. But in army, we are taught that you have to be jack of all. Jack of all means I cannot say that I only know how to code. I know software, how to configure a router or how to configure an exchange. I cannot say that. I need to know the operations. I need to know how the administration of a unit works. I need to know how to train my men who are working under me. So army teaches you, it makes you a full package in terms of training, administration, operations, staff work, and your technical work, of course. I also faced a lot of challenges in terms of acceptability from day one, because this is one world where, women are not welcome. It is we who want to, get into the system and want to prove ourselves that we are also there. But the organization per se does not require you. So on everyday basis, you have to prove yourself. Yes, the government introduced the diversity, the broad diversity into the armed forces, but inclusiveness was lacking. And even today, it is lacking to some extent. And if you see, today also only 3% the total strength of women in the Indian Armed Forces is just 3%. So, in the year 2020, when I said that, we were given the permanent commission, option came to all of us that do you want to continue in the army and become a permanent officer, or you want to quit? And at the same time, the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, he launched one directive on the security of telecom sector, for which under which he wanted, only the trusted products, trusted when we say the supply chain of the product should be trusted, from the trusted countries should come and be deployed in the networks, the telecom service provider networks in the country. And he wanted this scheme to be implemented. So that was the time I received a call from National Security Council, and I was asked if I can, be part of this regime. So I went there, I gave my interview, and interview was taken by none other than the Deputy NSA, and two officers, one Colonel Pathasati and self, we both officers got selected to implement this particular scheme. So I took a call in 2020 that, okay, I have seen that, Indian Army, I've done a lot there, and now let me just, venture out and work towards the national security. So this is how I got into the National Security Council Secretariat in the year 2021. I quit Army and I joined here. And till now, I'm working with this organization. A lot of exposure, but a lot of responsibilities, because whatever decisions you take sitting at the helm of affairs, it makes impact on the complete country. So a lot of responsibilities come when you reach places like these. It was a new job for me. It included cybersecurity. I had to undergo a lot of training, a lot of courses on cybersecurity, a lot of courses on supply chain security. I represented India in UN, in the forum where we were deciding on that how ICT when we say it's telecommunications and IT products, how ICT is affecting the criminal purpose. Ransomware, we know the normal ransomware, but what about the ransomware on your computers? When everything gets logged, and what punishment should be given to people who are getting into these activities? So so I am involved in that. Other than that, I represented India in US for security, cybersecurity in connected vehicles. Nowadays, you see that all the vehicles are connected, and how you can introduce the malwares in the connected vehicles, and how you can maneuver the complete, the network, the traffic of all these vehicles. So these kind of activities we keep on doing. I'm also involved in the public procurement and Make in India initiatives. By introducing this National Security Directive on Telecom sector, what we have done is we have weaned out ourselves from country of concern. I would not like to take the names here, but we have weaned out from country of concern, and we have moved the supply chain from country of concern to India. And today, with pride, I would like to tell everyone present here that in the telecom sector, many foreign companies are now started manufacturing their products in India, and we have taken this move forward, and it has boosted the economy of the country like anything. So, and other than that, the policy formulation, yes, of course, the cybersecurity strategy. I mean, it must be looking very boring to you people, but then yes, the cybersecurity is very important. So that is why I'm dwelling upon it. Cybersecurity strategy. All the big countries like US has cybersecurity policy and strategy, UK, Europe, but India does not have. So we are working on the cybersecurity strategy, and very soon we will be promulgating that, and which will, guide all the corporate. It includes corporate very much in the sense that every company should have a CISO, that is Chief Information Security Officer. So how the Chief Information Security Officer is supposed to take care of the complete IT assets of the company, and we are making this thing as mandatory thing in all the companies. And very soon, these directives will come to you people also. So this is how I have worked. And as far as my army tenure is concerned, I was the first woman officer to be posted to a CI formation because I was good in running and otherwise. I was the first woman officer to represent women in the National Defense Academy as instructor. I was the first woman officer to be posted to MCT in the cyber wing as instructor. And I was the first woman officer to be present in the headquarters of Army to, take the lead and, make the other woman officer to join thereafter. So, and I was commended by the Chief of Army Staff 4 times for my whatever work I did. And currently I am working with the National Security Council and helping the nation to build our security better. And apart from this, this is my professional thing. And now coming on to my personal, so the leadership qualities, I would just like to tell you that, whenever you're working in the army all the time, these are the points which are imbibed inside you, the accountability and the responsibility of your men. In army, it's not that you come in the morning and, in the evening you go back and then you relax. No, it never works like this. In the army, you are a team, you are a family. A person, an officer is supposed to know each and every Jawan of his or her company. And the Jawan, his family, his kids, where are they studying and everything, because it's a family and you are staying in the field areas and you are supposed to take care of your people. So accountability and responsibility is number one. This is what is being taught to us. And then mission clarity. When we say mission clarity, when we are going for an operation, it's a timed operation. If you are not working in a timed way, you are lost. The terrorist is not seeing that it's a woman or a man. It just sees that it's an enemy. They will kick you off. You have to be very, very clear. Your mission should be, the clarity and the goal setting should be there. And then resilience and grit, of course. I need not elaborate on these points. Team building, yes, you're in the army. Without team, you can't work. Without your men, you can't succeed in your operations. Adaptability and flexibility is very important for all of us, especially women. Because when you reach a particular place, the first thing comes is the resistance from the people, from your men. You have to prove yourself to them that yes, you are better than them. You can suggest things to them. When you prove yourself, then only you get that kind of respect from them. And that is very important. So that's how lady officers have been proving themselves for the last 20 years. And they bear the fruit in the year 2020. And emotional intelligence, intelligence and empathy need not, and decisiveness is very important. You have to take decision on the spur of the moment. The enemy has come, you have to take the decision, yes or no, whether you have to back out or you have to go forward. So the clarity of decision making is of paramount importance in the Indian Army. It is not applicable to women only, it is applicable to all, including men. So, this is what my life has been, and when I'm working in the National Security Council, my work starts in the morning at 9 o'clock, and I reach back home somewhere around 7:30, 8, sometimes 8:30. It all depends, because the call comes from the PM's office. And then you cannot say that I have to go back and I have to look my children and I have to, see the other things. The stakes are so high, so it's a very tedious and very, very responsible job which we people are handling there. Still, in my personal life, I have got 2 children. My husband is again an army officer. He's a brigadier. He's commanding a brigade on the borders. I have 2 children. The elder one, he's 19 years. The younger one, she's 16 years. They are studying Delhi kids. Very difficult to handle Delhi kids, by the way. And other than that, I have imbibed a few hobbies. To start with golf. I play golf, and I'm very regular in my golf. Other than that, I have also started doing scuba diving, but my latest passion is mountaineering. So I would like to just discuss, I'll just take 3-4 minutes of yours, and I will discuss my journey as a mountaineer. You know, as I told you people that in 2020, I was given a chance to whether I want to continue in the army or I want to switch to National Security Council, what do I want to do? So I took a call to join National Security Council. I quit army, and that was the time, you know, I was just sitting and, you know, just sifting through my mobile and seeing the status of people, and I saw that somebody has posted Everest Base Camp. So suddenly I decided, okay, let me also go and just, you know, just venture out, because there was 1 month left from my transition from my army life to National Security Council. So that 1 month I wanted to utilize it for myself, for my adventures, for my instinct, and I did Everest Base Camp in the year 2021. So, you know, when you climb, when you go on a trek, or when you do some kind of mountaineering, you are totally with yourself. There's so much of self, you know, analysis which you do with yourself, that what are you doing in your life, and, you know, how to move forward, and how you are taking your steps in life. What are you doing to yourself? So that's how, you know, I thought, let me, you know, just take a deep dive into mountaineering. And with this aim, I did Mount UT Kangli, which is 6,000 meters, which means somewhere around 19,000 feet in the year 2021. Then Mount Kun, which is 7,000, 24,000 feet in 22. And now I plan, on the 6th of October, I leave for a peak which is known as IMA Dablam. So IMA Dablam is a very, very difficult and technical peak in Nepal, and I'm training hard for that. If you people get chance, please YouTube IMA Dablam, and you will come to know for what I'm going for. So I will be doing 3 peaks next month: 5,000 meters, 6,000 meters, and 7,000 meters is IMA Dablam. So once I finish this, I would be doing 1 winter expedition with an aim to scale Mount Everest next year in April 2025. And I am so happy that today I am present here in front of all these beautiful and lovely, talented women. And I want to take the wishes of everyone present here when I scale Mount Everest. So it is not going to be an easy journey. It is 8,848 meters. It needs a lot of grit and determination, perseverance. I get up in the morning, 4:30, I do my exercise for 3 hours, I go to my office, I come back at 7:30, I just change into my gym rig, I again go to the gym, I work out there till 10 o'clock, and then I fall back. So this is what I have to do if I want to climb up to the Mount Everest. So from here, I just wanted to tell everyone that, you know, as Miss Singhi has said, age is just a number. We have to live our dreams, we have to live our passion. So this is my passion. The passion can also come at any age. You know, mountaineering was not there in me earlier. Earlier, I used to be a good runner. I was a marathon runner. I was best in endurance. But mountaineering came to me in the year 2020 when I was already 41 years old. But taking this step needs a lot of determination and grit in a person. So I've taken this challenge, and I would like to, you know, take the best wishes from all of you here, and hopefully, God willing, I scale and accomplish my dream. Thank you so much. Thank you.
शब्द तो शोर है, तमाशा है, भावनाओं की सिंधु में प्यार का बताशा है। शब्दों की क्या बात करूं मैं, मौन ही शब्दों की भाषा है। आई हैव वेरी फ्यू वर्ड्स फॉर यू। रेणु सिंघी मैम, आई एम श्योर कि आपके करेज से यहाँ वुमेन्स इंस्पायर हुई होंगी कि थोड़ा करेज लाएं और घर से थोड़ा बाहर निकल के साइकिल पे या जो भी उनका पैशन है उसको लेके दुनिया में अपनी पहचान बनाएं। retired Lieutenant Colonel Pooja ma'am, you have taken uncharted path. एक ऐसे समय में आर्मी ज्वाइन करना जब लोग नहीं जाते थे, उतनी हिम्मत आपने दिखाई, और आर्मी से मूविंग टू नेशनल सिक्योरिटी इज़ वेरी बिग थिंग. एंड स्टिल अलॉन्ग विथ योर जर्नी ऑफ योर करियर यू हैव टेकन अप माउंटेनियरिंग, जो इक्वली एडवेंचरस है. आई एम श्योर फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस Pooja ji is also a big inspiration. Now, from here, I would like to thank our radio partner 94.3 Jio Dil Se, our sponsor iMust IT Solution Company, our gift sponsors Apsara Tea. We are ending this session